Good afternoon, you lovely lot. This really isn't going to be a very long video because not a great deal's happened. We are currently in Q1, and I'm literally waiting for. I mean, I get paid weekly, so Christmas paydays, as regards a monthly pay, don't affect me. I literally get paid every week, regardless, from Royal Mail, as I'm still a full-time postie. Only 3 weeks left to go, guys, before I go part-time. So I'm just bringing you in for a few sales and a few pickups. There is a lot of pickups that aren't actually here. I'm actually putting things in my storage unit. Reason being is I don't want to flood this place until I've shifted some stuff. And there is a lot of it that is for sale. There's also a lot of it, as you can see, that is actually empty. There's virtually 2 items in there, half a dozen items in there. This was full of clothes, exactly the same as this, labelled up, ready to go. I've sold a whole box full of clothes. I'll go into that in a minute. And the little Panasonic with the speakers, that's now sold. One of the air fryers is sold. I believe it's the top one. Just waiting payment on that. Everything that's in here, you've pretty much seen, to be perfect. You've pretty much seen. There's not a great deal of pickups in this video. However, I have done a lot. I have bought a lot of pickups. But a lot of them have gone down to my storage unit, which, when the weather gets better and it's warmer and there's actually daylight over there because there's no light in the storage unit, we'll start moving over there with the videos and stuff like that. So please, guys, bear with me. The content will get better, I can assure you. Well, I'll try and make it better. But there is a lot of just void in here now. So if we move over to the boxes of the safety shoes I bought, although this looks full, it isn't. There is a gap down the back there, and this one's nearly done. There's probably 3 pairs left in there. Done really well off of those. Pound a pair paid for them. Probably sold half of them up to press at least 10 to 25 quid a pair. So yeah, I mean, if I could pick them up every single day and just have an entire store for £1 a pair purchase price listed for these, I wouldn't need to buy anything else. I'm not going to go through any of this because you've seen it all before and you really don't need any more info on it. Yeah, we'll skate over that. We'll skate over the walkers because you know about the walkers. The Scale Electric needs to go in the bin. There's nothing actually in that box, just an empty box, but because of Christmas the recycle bin's full. That I know looks a mess, however it's not, because that is literally floor to ceiling packaging. I've got another supplier that's helping me out with bubble wrap and void fill, which is the most expensive part of packaging. And of course we've got boxes, unlimited amount of boxes coming out of our ears. The electric typewriter is listed. I'm not 100% sure if I had these in the last video. I'm presuming I did because I picked them up last weekend. So the 2 typewriters, they're listed, but there are some bits on here that you haven't seen. That was here. That was possibly here. This is new. A Samsung video recorder. All this all needs, this is my listing and testing pile. Couple of Humaxes, a lovely Yamaha natural surround AV receiver, Cinema DSP, which has got, it's literally got everything. USB ports, HDMI ports, full amplified surround sound system, a Denon CD player. So this and the video recorder, those 3 pieces plus a set of 8 Royal Doulton plates boxed with papers cost me 25 quid. Oh, including that television as well, 25 quid. And that is a TV DVD with remote. So you're looking 40 back for that, 25 to 35 back for that, The Denon, probably about the same, 25 to 35. And then the Yamaha, prices are all over on these, but some of them are well over £100. That needs a lot of testing. When I say it needs a lot of testing, I mean there's a lot of parts of it that need testing. So I'm still currently 6 days a week at work, don't have a lot of spare time at all. I'm struggling to keep up with the little bits and pieces that are selling. So moving forward, fingers crossed, I've only got 3 weeks, I'm desperate to go part-time. I'm just going to show you something real quick. In fact, to tell you what, I'm going to put it in the corner of the screen as I'm talking to you. I'm going to edit it in there. And essentially what it is I made a tiny little video of what's now in my storage unit. And I've got a lovely, absolutely wonderful lady that I'm now working with from another charity shop that now supplies me with their either A, failed pat tested items, or B, items that they can't test because they don't come with a lead, they don't come with a charger, they're battery powered and they don't want to go to the point of putting batteries in and stuff like that. So they all get tossed in a pile. I'm hoping while I'm talking to you I've edited it in and you can see it somewhere. So they get tossed in a pile. They usually have to pay for these things to be taken away. And I said, well, no, just hang on, because I can put you a nominal fee over whatever it is you say you're happy with to be able to take these items from you, me to just put to one side. I mean, I'm paying for this storage unit monthly, and up until yesterday, there was nothing in it, and I've had it for 3 months. Possibly 3 months plus. You guys will know better than me. So I thought, well, why don't I just get this stuff? Because at the end of the day, if 50% of it's worth something and the other 50% isn't anything, we have a wonderful recycle centre near us where you can segregate the electricals and they will recycle these items into something else. What more could you possibly ask for? So I got this whole bundle of stuff that you've seen or seeing on screen right now for a total of £20. There's probably half a dozen skyboxes in there, and I believe that they might be some kind of commercial or industrial skybox, almost like a pub skybox or something like that. However, she did show me she had a shelf and it was full of like CCTV material, and every HD recorder had a label on it as has the skyboxes for what room they were meant to go to. So I'm presuming this has come out of some ginormous mansion, because on these labels there was pool room, like swimming pool room, not pool, pool room, conservatory, garden house, whatever it may be. So all this stuff's obviously been pulled out of somewhere incredibly, well, damn sight more space than I've got, that's for sure. So at the minute, it's all just sort of sat there and in limbo. Now, whether it's old technology and it's worth something to nothing, I've got no idea, or whether it's a sky system like you would get in like a commercial property, such as a pub or something like that, where you pay the rights to show them publicly and they're worth more money. I've got no idea. The fact of the matter is with the amount of stuff I picked up and the price I paid for it, it is literally a no-lose situation. So I'm just going to touch on something real quick, because this is only going to be a short video. So I went on to, I believe it was Tilt, and let me get this right, because if I don't get it right, I'm going to look a fool. Let's have a quick look. Whatnot. See, I said Tilt and it's Whatnot. I went on to Whatnot and I thought to myself, we've got all these people that are out there buying clothes and making real good money from buying clothes, so why don't I do the same? Let's have a little go. So what is the knowledge that I've got as regards to clothes? It is minimum. It is so minimal. As regards to me, I mean, this is Whatnot. As regards to me, I buy essentially what I like. I don't go, that's a real rare pair of Jordans, blah blah blah, whatever. I'll pay £500 for them second hand and only wear them once in a blue moon when I don't have to actually get them dirty. I can't be bothered with all that. I want clothes that I can get on with. So I went on Whatnot. I didn't have any kind of budget, just had a bit of money in the bank and thought, right, sod it, let's buy some stuff. So I went on Whatnot. Sorry if you see me keep bending over, it's because I've got this tiny little electric radiator and my hands are freezing. I went on Whatnot and spent a grand total, let's say £200, because I don't know if it was just under or just over. Spent a grand total of £200, and I bought the things that I thought would sell from one seller. I'd shout them out, but I can't remember who they were. But they are really good sellers. I know I bought things like gym gear for the new year, as we're in. Happy New Year, by the way. Gym gear for the new year, like Nike Dry Fit and stuff like that, and obviously like oversized hoodies, like large, extra large, 2XLs, things like that, because obviously people like the big gear. Loads of bits and pieces like that. What was the other one? North Face jackets, hoodies, things like that. Bought loads of bits and pieces like that. Probably ended up with, in total, about 200 quid. It was probably more. Say 250. I probably ended up with about 18 pieces. What you see there in the purple bags is all I've got left. That is it. There was 2 of those full, and there's a few bits in one of those, but like 2 or 3 items. I was going to make a separate video, and I've saved it specifically to make a separate video to say, is it worth buying on Whatnot to sell on as a reseller? And for me, the answer's no. Now, whether that's because I don't have a particularly good knowledge of clothing, bear in mind I'm knocking on for 50-year-old, mate. I ain't no young man that knows what they're doing as regards to these bits and pieces. But I reckon I've probably sold. I reckon I've got my money back. Once the bits that have been sold have been paid for, but there was sort of little dribs and drabs, and I had them all up for Buy It Now prices. Had them on there for a month. Gave up on the idea because I'd sold 2 items out of 18, same as I say, and thought, sod it, let's just put them on auction. And some of them sold on auction for more than I wanted for them on Buy It Now. Some of them have gone, some of them haven't. So, for me, personally, I'm not going to get into clothing. The only time I'll get into clothing is potentially at car boots, if I can see that something's cool, vintage. I can't do football shirts. I've got no idea of the provenance of them. But I'm not going to do it. That's it. End of story as regards to that. I'm done as regards to clothes. Can't be bothered. Don't want to keep them in here because it's not particularly warm. I don't think it'll do them any favours. All the electrical stuff's absolutely fine because it's wood, which is one of the best insulators you can get. So yeah. So unfortunately, you didn't get a separate Whatnot profit clothing video because it was such a fail. It weren't worth making. I've now got to... So I've got a really good relationship with this new charity shop. Still got the old one. Going to keep plugging away with both of them. Going to keep getting stock regardless of listing or selling. Simple reason being is I need to get to the end of January because of that payday. If I keep listing now and people have gone 6 weeks without any money because they've been paid monthly just before Christmas, and we're now going to get all the way up to the end of January before being paid. Remembering the last day of January this year is the 31st, Friday the 31st. So they're not even going to get it a couple of days early because of the weekend or anything. I'm not pushing too much forward because I just don't want to put anything out there. Buy It Now's absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. Auctions, don't want to do it. People ain't got money in their back pockets until they get paid again in January. So I'm gonna step down a little bit from auction selling, push a few more things on Buy It Now's, and see where that takes us. But we can have a quick look at sales. I tell you what I did pick up though, these little things, tiny little lights here, and I thought they'd be perfect for listing lights. And the best thing is, plug them in your phone. Look at this. Boom! Look at that. They're great, aren't they? So it lights up on my table where I'm listing when I've not got it covered in shite. So, sold. Let's do it. We're going to flick through these real quick because I tell you what, there's a lot of nothing. Let's have a go. There's only £229 in my eBay, so that's how good I've done this week. Right, hang on a minute. I'll literally glance through the clothing because I don't know the individual prices of them, so I'm just going to tell you what I've sold them for. So we've sold a Nike Air hoodie for £7. The Baby Bjorn carrier I sold for £24.32. Not a bad little pickup that. That was a £5 from Vinted, so that's not too bad. A little Casio Casio scientific calculator for £1 and 4p. Garbage. I probably paid more than that for it. Easy. Panasonic SMA 1DB mini hi-fi, which is that one with the speakers underneath, for £29. The previous is, now this is a prime example of why I'm saying I'm not selling until after the end of January, is because that was on auction for 10 days. It sold for £29, and the sold, when I looked at them, when I picked it up in the charity shop, were well over £100 each, and it's gone for £29. I can't just keep throwing money away. Now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have paid £29 for it. I've still made a profit on it, but there could potentially have been another £60 to make on that if it had been at a different time of year. A Sky HD box that I picked up for a £5. Now you can't see it because it's in my car and boxed up. £11.50. One of the Tefal Actifries, as you know, we've got 3 of them. One of them sold for £25. I will round things up. Another pair of the safety shoes. Look, there you go, £20. Dry Fit, £5.50. Pure Evoke, £15. Sorry guys, was talking about the Pure Evoke. It is now over an hour later because the Ray-Bans died. Yeah, so the Pure Evoke 2, well, I don't even know what it was now. I'm so far, do you know what, it messes my mind up so much when I take time out and then come back. So that's sold. This is just going to be a quick roundup. So all the bits and pieces that we've just previously talked about, I'm so out of sorts now. I have picked up one more thing, and you're probably not going to be able to see it because my neighbour's lights are absolutely ridiculous. No, you can't see it, can you? A trailer. There we go. So it has got a fiberglass top, which is on gas struts, which pops up. You can load everything in there. It's even got a tilt bed. Not that I'm going to be tipping my things out. But yeah, that was from a customer. It had a flat tyre. It's all sorted. I've fixed it, done all the wiring, done all the issues with it. Just needs a clean up, and I give them £50 for it. It's worth a hell of a lot more than that. I understand that, but it's worth a lot more than what it's worth to sell to me to use, because that can now be part of my I can't think of the word, but arsenal for going to car boots, charity shops, potential house clearance, people that I could gain favour with, to be able to pick up bulkier items, because it's got a roof rack on the top of it as well as the inside storage, plus obviously whatever I can fit inside the car. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but it's all bubbling away and waiting for better weather. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if that's what you want to do. The content will get better as the weather gets better, I can assure you of that. We're going to be out and about, we're going to be doing other bits and pieces. We're not going to be just doing normal stuff, car boots, charity shops. I'm going to be branching out into all sorts of bits and pieces and picking up stuff from wherever I can pick it up from. I'm going to be advertising, now I've got that, for garage, loft and like shed clearance, handing out flyers. People, if you want your stuff getting rid of, talk to me. I can take the stuff to the tip for them. If they want it taken to the tip and just charge them a small fee, I can do. Listen, I'm not even going to tell you any more about it, because it's all up and coming. But we're growing a little, I'm going to call this a micro business. This is my little micro business, and we're going to grow it from here. So keep with me and join me on the journey. We're going to do all sorts of good stuff. It ain't just going to be going to a car boot, sitting in front of a camera and telling you what I've bought. The only reason it's like that at the minute is because of the time of the year that we're in. That's all it is. But we're going to go forward and multiply. Good to see you guys. Listen, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.